What up, good people? What's happening? Art Czar back with you, live in effect for yet another valuable production. I won't spend much time to bore you guys and wonderful women out there today, but this, I must promise, will be very insightful information. I have not really gone into the depths of my background in any of my previous content before. A lot of my subscribers right now, they do know I do a lot of the reviews on various luxury products, things like that. That's all well and good. That is a horse of a different color, and that's a topic for another discussion. But here I want to get a little more serious in regards to an area that I think that is not so much being addressed throughout the populace, so to speak. And this is centered around traveling and traveling safely. Okay, there are various news articles and things like that out there. You can Google them, you can read, you could probably watch a lot of them on YouTube in and of itself about various travelers, both men and women, that venture into different parts of even the great United States that we so happen to live in and call home, as well as various places abroad. I share this sentiment in order for everyone to remain safe when they travel. My background, former military, was former U.S. Navy, did a lot of traveling, went around the world at a very young age, like 17 years old. So I've seen countries, I've seen different cities all over the world that I would have never seen at that age. So I learned some things along the way, picked up a lot of knowledge, a lot of habits, and a lot of skill sets, so to speak, not only because of a military background, but also because I do train in the martial arts. I am a certified black belt in a few different martial arts, as well as expert in firearms and different other types of edge weapons. So to put it lightly, I have a little bit of experience in the short, smaller education, I would say, in the art of training people and preparing people for cataclysmic events and things like that when the rubber hits the road. So I've gained a little traction and some form of knowledge in terms of being able to share with people how to keep themselves safe when moving about the cabin. So our captain would say. I like to say this. You know, going through airports can be a bit disjarring because of the fact that there are lots of people moving about. There are lots of people bumping into one another, stepping on feet, banging into one another, trying to get the lines, trying to get the advantage on stations and things like that, security checkpoints, restaurants inside of the airports. And, you know, for the most part, and I would say for the higher degree of the most part, when you're moving around in places inside of the United States, specifically airports in the United States, you're not going to have too much to worry about because there's security everywhere. There's TSA agents everywhere running around in the checkpoints. There's security everywhere. Some instances in some airports, there are armed police officers in the vestibules, etc. So you're not going to have too much of anything to worry about. I would say, in my experience, the main thing you more so want to focus upon is keeping your eyes on your belongings, being like anything in loose pockets and things like that. You don't want any loose pockets, okay? You're not going to more or less get pickpocketed in the United States so fast. I mean, I've heard accounts of things that are very weird, but not so much at airports because of the security and the cameras are everywhere and things like that. You won't have as many interactions to that degree, but it's all possible. Okay, let's not fool ourselves and be naive and believe that nothing can happen since you're in the United States. We all know if you live in the United States, it goes down in the United States just as well as it does in any other part of the world. Maybe to a lesser degree in some cities and states, but then so to a greater degree in some cities and states. So it just depends on where you are. You know, various neighborhoods inside of all of the major cities in America can lead you to some situations. I live in a very large and major city in America, so I see things just like someone else in another city would see things. that's not absolved upon my mindset and why I am producing yet this video. So, my first suggestion when venturing through the airport is to keep bags zipped with the locks on them. Keep pockets basically zipped or buttoned if you have them on your pockets of your coats or whatever, and just don't have a bunch of things in loose pockets where it can be easily removed and taken. I'm not saying that there are a lot of thieves out there that want to target you, because there just may be, depending upon where you are and the circumstances that lay in front of you. But I'm more so referring to having things in plain view, invisible, and easily detectable by those who have unscrupulous intentions. Okay, so that's the first thing I'd like to discuss. Just when you're moving around, be mindful that some people out here don't care much about you. Okay, they have their own agendas, and that's okay. People have to be selfish to the degree of who they are and what they have going on within their own lives. I get that, but you don't obviously want to open yourself up for the possibilities that something can get taken off of you, off of your person, when you least expect it. So you have to expect the unexpected. Expectation is everything. Okay, and I'm going to produce a series of this content, a series of videos outlining various ways that you should protect yourself, your belongings, and just training people. And I can't be there to teach you martial arts and to teach you how to do a joint lock and throw someone about 10 feet, because I could if you were near me. But unfortunately, that's not the case. Okay? In most situations, I'm going to have to show you how to convert your mindset to mental judo. Okay? Most of you won't be able to physically defend yourselves to the degree that I could, or someone with my skill set could, but you could mentally defend yourself. A lot of martial arts and training and defense comes from awareness first. It's defending your person, defending your surroundings, defending where you place yourself in the course of your daily interactions, and being able to pick up on the cues of anyone around you or in your orbit that may plan to bring harm your way. Okay, so these are the things that I would suggest first that you learn to pay attention to, is minimizing what you have on your person that attracts other people. Okay, now me, yes, I'll walk around with a Coach bag because I'm not so much worried about what you think you'll do. It'll be a tough situation if you choose to go there with me. Okay, but not to talk tough or anything like that. It's not my intent. It'll be a more difficult battle with a guy of my skill set versus someone that has never trained in anything. So it'll be an easier feat. But I recommend no one walks around airports or things like that with tons of jewelry and things of that magnitude on. Okay? It will be my suggestion further that I'm not saying that you tuck your necklaces and things like that, but you just want to minimize the attention. It's okay to look nice and smell nice and things like that, but you have to be mindful that there are people out there that don't really care about where you come from and who you have to go home to and who you have to care for and how many children you have and if you have a spouse or anything like that. No one really cares. There are people out there that really don't care about that type of thing. Okay, let's be realistic. So the first thing I would say is minimize what people can see that is valuable on your person. Now I'm not so much speaking about inside the American airports. Like I said, you're pretty much all right for the most part in an American airport, unless it's something in a loose pocket or something like that. Okay, I'm more so referring to scenarios where you are out and about in the cities and towns of the United States, definitely, and even more so abroad. Okay, so this first publication is obviously about learning how to be careful with your belongings and minimizing the effect of shiny things, quote unquote, that you would carry on about your person. Okay, loose pockets, walking around with your phone out, things like that. And I'm a very big proponent of not walking around on your phone when you're distracted. Okay, you fail to see your surroundings when your phone is plastered to your face 24/7, 365. I would suggest when you're in public, if you're not holding your phone out videoing something, as you can see I do here a lot, you can still look around and see your surroundings if you're videoing, because obviously you can hold your phone in place and look left, look right, even look behind you in some situations. That's okay. What I'm referring to are the people who walk and text, walk and scroll on the internet on their phone, searching through the settings and all this other stuff. These are things that you're clearly going to want to avoid. But I need for you guys to do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe to the content, and come back for volume 2. Peace.